Amazing speaker. I love hearing all of his speeches, as everybody else's too. Mr. Eddie Adams, Jr., a competent communicator, will be delivering Juneteenth, Celebration of Freedom. Mr. Eddie Adams.
Fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. How many of you guys saw Roots version 2? Good. I saw Roots 2, but I saw the first one. I was a lot younger. And when I watched Roots, and some of you guys was around at the time, that Monday after Roots end, it was all kind of racial tension throughout the country. And a lot of it was blamed on the series. The country has changed considerably, because I think the series was a Memorial Day weekend series. The movie came, the series came, the series went. Very little conversation beyond what the pundits normally speak about and talk about. But the country has adjusted. A lot of changes have happened. And for you guys who did not see the series, they both was a story about slavery. And for a lot of folks, that's a sensitive issue, especially for those who feel some shape and form or fashion that they're currently today affected by it. Now, I'm going to just speak for myself. I'm not politically correct, so I'm going to go ahead and say that. Nobody in this room has affected me because of slavery. So there was a big thing a couple years ago about white guilt and forgiveness for all this stuff. I consider to be a bunch of hokey then. I consider to be a bunch of hokey now. You learn from your past. I think history is important to all of us, because we all have our own history. And Roots told the history of 6 generations of a black family, spoken through and told through the eyes of a black male by the name of Alex Haley. It's his family story that everybody is aware of. He did the research. He actually went back to Africa, talked to his aunts and uncles that were alive, which interested him and inspired him to do the research and tell the story. But the important part about Roots is not where it began. The important part about Roots is where it ended. And the Roots ended January the 1st, 1863, with the Emancipation Proclamation, which is an executive order signed by President Abraham Lincoln. Now, they are still debating today whether the Civil War was about freeing blacks or economic development of the South. To me, it's not important how we got there. What's important is that we got there. Juneteenth is the longest running celebration of the freedoms of black folks in America. Now, it has its own story, because as I just said, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation January 1st, 1863. Juneteenth is the celebration of the last blacks to be freed in America. They happen to be in Galveston, Texas. Somehow, I'm not sure whether it was the trains, whether it was the weather, or whatever, but it took 2.5 years for the word that black folks were free in America to get from Washington, D.C. to get to Galveston, Texas. Galveston, Texas was the farthest western point in the United States at that point in time. The order, which is order number 3, was given by General Gordon Granger on the steps of the largest plantation in Texas at that time. The reaction was many. Some people was glad, some people was sad, and some people really didn't know how to act. Because even though many people yearned for years to be free, they never knew what freedom was. And to only glimpse or see freedom through others and hear about it through others. And again, we're talking about 6 generations of a family being started with the capture of a native warrior off the coast of Africa and ending in the United States with a family of blacks leaving the plantation in a wagon headed north. So if anybody ever asks you, and there's a lot of black folks really don't know what Juneteenth is, and part of the quest that some of us within the black community have taken on, because in St. Petersburg, they've had a large celebration for over 20 years. Tampa is stopped and started, stopped and started. But for the last 3 years, I'm with a group or organization that's trying to make aware the community of the celebration of Juneteenth. And it is a celebration here in this community. And we will be doing things in the future to garner spreading the word, because knowledge is power, to understanding what the celebration is all about. And it's a celebration not just for black folks, it's a celebration for everyone. So with that being said, this coming up weekend is the weekend of Juneteenth in Hillsborough County. Thank you.